In boxing, fortunes and futures get determined in the ring. One opportunity, one great performance, one tragic event can forever change a life. Leo Santa Cruz has made the most of his moments.
Santa Cruz is putting on a clinic. Headshots, body shots.
The son of Mexican immigrants has become a 3-division champion. Today, his sights are set on even more.
At the beginning, my dream was to become a world champion. I never imagined I was going to be 2-division world champion, not even 3. And so imagine 4 now. I could be remembered as one of the best.
Miguel Flores dreamed of becoming a champion, inspired by his brother.
My brother took a picture with the belt that I would be fighting for. It was his dream to have one of those around his waist that was his own. But now I could fulfill that dream for both of us.
Under the bright lights, their moment will soon be at hand.
I want to go out there and look spectacular. I want to entertain the fans and go out there and get a win.
I do think it's time for a new champion. I do think it's time for a new face. And God willing, we're working hard to get this victory.
Last February, the fight with Miguel Flores was canceled due to injury. Instead, Santa Cruz defended his WBA featherweight title against Rafael Rivera.
My last fight against Rivera, it was pretty tough. He was a tough opponent.
Ese peleador lo pensábamos que estaba fácil de...
Rafael Rivera, a late replacement 3 weeks ago for Miguel Flores, who suffered an ankle injury.
The only thing we had to change is the style, because he didn't have the same style as Miguel Flores.
Santa Cruz has thrown over 1,000 punches already.
Cuando puedes hacer una combinación completa, hazla. ¿Para qué vas a choque? Porque hasta un cabezazo recibió. Pero él me contestó, dice, yo quiero darle gusto a la gente. Le dije, ya estuvo, ya peleaste como a ellos les gusta, ahora hay que boxearlo, para que no arriesgues para un golpe.
Both guys say, yeah, you want to go? Let's go, all right.
I do have to listen to my dad. I have to be smart and yes, make the fight easier for me.
And still the WBA featherweight champion of the world, Leo Santa Cruz.
For Santa Cruz, his journey in the sport has been shared every step of the way with his family, with his father guiding him since the beginning.
My dad has always been studying boxing, and he knows how to fight, the type of fighter I want to fight, so he's like the brain.
O sea, muchas las veces el peleador no agarra las palabras que uno le dice cómo lo haga, y él desde el principio, si uno le dice lo que haga, muchas de las veces lo hace muy bien.
Eso, gira así mero gira la espalda, así como estás.
Cuando te voy a entrar, con todos, haces la derecha.
My brother is like the student. He's learning from my dad telling him what to do, and my brother just listens.
Cuando empezaron ellos a boxear, yo les dije, algún día uno de ustedes puede ser campeón. Y ese campeón va a darle de comer a todos. Y así está pasando.
When Santa Cruz faces off against Miguel Flores on November 23rd, he will attempt to join a short list of fighters who have won championships in 4 different weight divisions.
At the beginning, my goal was just 1, but then once I become 2 and then 3, and then I was like, hey, why not go for the 4th title, 4th division? I think I could do it, so once the opportunity came, I jumped on it right away and I said, yeah, let's go for it.
Tiene combinaciones completas, se para bien. Estás haciendo bien ese trabajo, pero ciérrate más.
Es muy difícil que lleguen a ganar siquiera un campeonato. Ahora 4 es algo de verdad grande. Entonces de verdad es algo grande para mí.
What I know about my opponent, Miguel Flores, is that he's a tough fighter. He has heart. He comes to fight. He wants this as much as I do. So I think he's going to come with everything, with that hunger of, trying to win his first world title. So that makes him very dangerous. And, he has nothing to lose, so he has nothing to risk.
Muy tembloroso con la medicina. Ahí, por un pedacito de pastilla que me dé, que es como que no me deja ni hablar.
My father's health right now is, it goes good and on, and, sometimes he always has pain, it's always there. And, seeing him like that, it sucks, it's really bad because it, doesn't let me concentrate good and anything.
Bueno, o sea, tengo cáncer en los huesos, pero el cáncer está dormido hasta ahorita. Hay veces que uno, es tanto el dolor que uno dice, híjole, ¿cómo voy a estar viviendo toda la vida? O sea, con dolor. Y uno piensa en la familia. O sea, uno no quiere dejarlos.
Right now we're going for my dad's chemo over here in Corona, City of Hope. That's where he has his chemo like every week. So right now we're going to take him there to get his chemo.
Porque mucha gente con la quimo dice, hey, yo no quiero estar sufriendo tanto, y la dejan y rápido se mueren. Pero yo estoy peleando.
He's been doing the chemo already like for a few years, you know. It's very hard, but you know he has to do it because they said that if they don't do the chemo, the cancer could come back really strong, and they're not gonna be able to stop it. So we have to bring him as much as we can. But you know, it's hard.
Aquí, muchachito.
Acá también puedo ir.
Oh, sí, también. Es cosa que va a pasar, pero mientras vivo lo voy a disfrutar. Porque la familia es lo más lindo que hay para uno.
Since turning pro nearly a decade ago at the age of 18, Miguel Flores' hopes and dreams revolved around becoming a champion. For Flores, it's a second chance at a belt. After signing to take on Santa Cruz last February, he was injured shortly before the fight, and it seemed his chance to become a champion was gone.
Unfortunately, I got injured. It was just a freak accident. My foot got caught on the mat, and I had a bad foot sprain.
You want to see two guys that aren't big cries look like they were going to cry when we had to make the decision and we knew he wasn't going to be able to stay in the fight. You never really know if you're going to get that other shot, especially with the same guy. Too good. Don't want to throw the big shots without knowing exactly where we're at.
When I got the call, I couldn't believe it. They got me the opportunity again and fighting for the world title.
As long as your feet are right, we're good. We know if you get a second chance, you have to run with it. And, you know, he was working so hard the first time. Now I've seen him take it up even another level for this one. Good. There you go.
This is my first world title. And obviously, Leo's a great fighter. But I think I do have the advantage because I have nothing to lose. He has a lot of things to lose. And I'm just going in as an underdog, and I'm okay with that.
Good. Yeah. Santa Cruz fight is definitely 100% biggest fight of Miguel's career, without a doubt. And I think he's ready for this. You know, the other day, Miguel told me, he said, Aaron, I'm going to win this fight. It was on the line.
I mean, this type of fight, this type of opportunity, it's a life-changing opportunity. Originally, I was born in Mexico, Michoacan. I didn't grow up there. I was about 3 when I moved to the United States. My neighborhood was calm, but like in any neighborhood, you always got the bad influences. But obviously, you know, you always have the good role models, which one of them was my brother. And he always kind of, hey, we're going to go to the gym, you're not going over there. So that kind of kept me away from bad company in the neighborhood.
Yeah, every time I watch him, his jab's better. He'll out-jab this all day long, man. I know Miguel almost his entire life, probably since he was 3-4 years old. He started boxing because his older brother was a boxer. And I think like most young guys, you know, you look up to your older brother and whatever they're doing, you want to do that as well.
I never wanted to be a boxer growing up. Kind of hard sport, kind of getting hit in the face was not my thing. And once I started seeing he was an undefeated prospect, 11, 12-0 as well. And I remember one time I saw a few people come up to him and ask him for autographs. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is not that bad. I could probably do it myself. So I put more effort into it. My brother would tell me, you're going to make it far. You're gonna be world champion. So I was like, okay, if my brother says I could do it, then I could do it. One thing he taught me to be was humble. He always tried to set the best example because he knew I was going to follow his footsteps.
He's the reason we're all here right now, you know. He's the one that made me the man I am today. You know, my brother took a picture with the belt, which is the WBA belt that I'll be fighting for. It was his dream to have one of those around his waist that was his own. But now I could fulfill that dream for both of us. So for me, it's just like destiny.
Destiny and dreams for both brothers were tragically altered over a decade ago. Benjamin collapsed after losing a fight and passed away 5 days later.
I remember that night like it was yesterday. It was in Dallas. The fight started, I was nervous. I would get so nervous when my brother would fight. He was an all-out brawler. He kind of reminds me of Leo Santa Cruz. Just come forward, move his head a lot, and throw a lot of punches. You know, that was my brother. The fight was fairly close. I would say Al Seeger was probably up a point or two. In the 8th round, my brother just kind of stayed in the ropes, and, you know, Al, you know, threw a few punches. I remember Lawrence Cole stepped in and stopped the fight. Obviously, I knew something was wrong. I had never seen my brother like that. I was trying to get to my brother, and my brother always, he knew English, but he talked Spanish most of the time. And the last things he said was, let him lay down, let him lay down. He didn't say, let me lay down. He said, let him lay down, let him lay down. And that's like the last things he said. But they put him in the stretcher. I rode with him to the hospital. And what I can remember is the doctor telling us, well, you know, he's basically brain dead. Ultimately, you know, I guess my parents had to make the decision to just kind of let him go. It was the hardest days of my life. I don't think it ever crossed one moment through my mind that I was like, I'm gonna stop boxing after my brother passed away. I always had it in my mind, I'm gonna be world champion, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. The opportunity presented itself, and you know, it's something I'm not gonna pass up on. So it's a dream that basically my brother had and became my dream. So now, you know, it's both of our dreams. I lived it all. You know, I lived the death of my brother, and I'm still here, I'm still standing, and like I said, my job is to basically make the best out of my situations, and I have the biggest opportunity of my life. I'm training hard. I'm gonna do this for my brother, and even if I don't succeed, I know my brother's looking down and he's like, I'm proud of you.
November 23rd, on the Las Vegas Strip, at the MGM Grand, Leo Santa Cruz and Miguel Flores will meet in the ring for what could be one of the biggest moments in their lives.
Santa Cruz.
Yeah, November 23rd, I'm gonna go out there and we're gonna give a great fight for the fans. It's gonna be a war, toe-to-toe fight.
El Tenor and his earthquake best right now.
I mean, that's my cup of tea. Let's fight, let's hug, let's get into an all-out Mexican war.
Flores in control.
I gotta train hard, motivate myself, and go out there and get a win so that I could continue to climb up and become one of the best.
He's been at the top for years, but I do think it's time for a new champion. I do think it's time for a new face, and God willing, we're working hard to get this victory.
Hey, Miguel Flores, it's my time. I want to be 4th Division World Champion. I'm gonna go out there and give you hell.
Leo, I wish I could wish you the best, but this is the hurt business. I'm going in there to try to knock you out.
Leo Santa Cruz and Miguel Flores face off to see which of their dreams will come true.
Thank you for watching. Well, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you click somewhere around here and subscribe. From fight highlights to exclusive interviews, we have got everything you need as a boxing fan right here on PBC on Fox.